Welcome back to Entertainment Tonight's Indiana Jones Behind the Adventure. Did you know that George Lucas named the character of Indiana Jones after his dog, Indiana?
When Indiana Jones first swung into action, the modern age of special effects was still in its infancy. But with two technical wizards behind the scenes, the series was about to set a new standard for movie magic. The team of Lucas and Spielberg wowed audiences with eye-popping effects when Raiders came out in 1981. While they were way ahead of their time, Spielberg did face some obstacles during filming.
It's very hard to direct somebody and say, look frightened or look overjoyed or look with awe at something that will not be in for 4 months.
Those months were spent creating the apparitions that would be added in post-production.
He's sort of a cross between a kabuki dancer and a girl I once lived with. Cut. Lovely.
Spielberg took a hands-on approach then, but it was Lucas's effects company, Industrial Light and Magic, that would change the way films were made. ILM has been a pioneer in movie effects, and in '84's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, the company gave audiences new reasons to disbelieve their eyes. This ghastly sacrifice featured a very realistic death, which was Spielberg's idea.
Well, I asked the special effects man, George Gibbs, if he could build a auto-animatronic person in the shape of the sacrificial victim.
What Spielberg ended up getting was almost too good.
As it turns out, it was a wonderful effect. It worked perfectly. This dummy was totally believable. But it was so gruesome and daily that nobody could watch the screen. It looked so real.
You know that. He's crazy.
For a scene that took seconds in the film, plenty of planning went into it. After finding the perfect gorge, the movie crew enlisted a nearby construction team to help build the rope bridge. Of course, using real actors would have been impossible for this scene, so dummies were built.
The cutting of the rope bridge was a one-shot deal. It was one take, and that was it. If we didn't get it right the first time, we'd have to start all over again from scratch. So I placed numerous cameras in the river gorge, so I was sure that I had all the best angles covered.
As detailed as that effect was, the folks at ILM had their hands full with a big mine chase.
We got company!
While the real actors were filmed in actual mine cars, miniatures were built for the hair-raising stunts of the scene.
They certainly couldn't build the entire mine tunnel on 1, 2, or 4 sound stages. That would have been impossible.
Instead, a circular track was built and different lighting used at each turn to make it appear as a long and varied ride. Then it was up to the special effects experts to recreate the chase with miniatures.
Inside these are precision-made metal ball and socket joints.
The painstaking process involved shooting the sequence 1 second at a time, but the end result was seamless movie magic.
So it could take many hours to shoot one shot that might last 4 or 5 seconds on the screen.
In 1992, George Lucas brought his movie magic to the small screen when The Young Indiana Jones Chronicles debuted in prime time and helped to launch the career of a young actress named Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yes, I've been in an Indiana Jones.
You are so beautiful.
I know. I was playing a triple agent disguised as a Bedouin. I have the majority of the film in a yashmak, and my face is covered completely. Delicious.
Catherine was only 23 when she tried to double-cross and seduce the young Indiana. Future Mrs. Douglas was a busy actress assembling an impressive resume.
And the majority of the people that I used to work with in Britain worked on it. So I went out there and had a blast. We were in Turkey and we were in Prague shooting.
You're a traitor.
Not my cause.
Catherine wasn't Indy's only ingenue. A relatively unknown Elizabeth Hurley was also a co-star. And George Lucas even coaxed that grown-up Mr. Jones to appear in one episode.
He did call. Actually, I had a beard at the time because I was growing a beard for The Fugitive.
And action, Sean.
With its feature film-styled stunts, the show was an immediate hit when it debuted in March of '92. Sean Patrick Flannery was the leading man. George Lucas envisioned it as an entertaining way to educate audiences about historical figures.
Lawrence of Arabia. That's what they're calling you.
Unfortunately, the show's ratings soon slid, and it struggled through 2 seasons. Still, Sean will always remember filming in exotic locations around the world.
When we go to bed at night, you know, we're not in, you know, a lavish trailer, we're in a tent, you know, and you hear a rumble outside, you know, it's a lion, a tiger, a leopard, who knows what.
Coming up on Entertainment Tonight's Indiana Jones Behind the Adventure.
Will Indiana Jones ride again? E.T. goes behind the casting rumors for the truth about a possible Part 4.
My kids are the ones that say, Dad, go back to making the Raiders movies.
Harrison Ford and the downside of fame, and what he told us in his first E.T. interview almost 20 years ago. Last Crusade star River Phoenix and his overdose on cocaine and morphine. His horrifying final moments from an eyewitness.
It was just his body, you know, violently jerking.
That's coming up.